Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about Ascendant Alloys. This video will go over a great farm that you guys should go and do right now this week, as it will get you some Ascendant Alloys for any weapon if you're trying to get a weapon or trying to get the Austro Circuit Catalyst, or eventually in the future getting the exotic glaives, as you will probably need them to craft your exotic glaive, which we should see at the end of this week as soon as the raid is completed. Anyways, you're going to still need this material for anything else that you want to craft or just to reshape, as it will be actually a hard material to come by. Apparently, you can only buy one Ascendant Alloy for 400 Legendary Shards at the Cryptarch, and it should be a weekly rotation thing. However, apparently when I go to it, I can only buy one, and it still says weekly rotation limited this week, so I can't buy another one. And I can't do 1580 Master Wellspring for one because I'm just not at a high powerful difficulty right now to go and do that type of activity. So what is another great way that you guys should take advantage of? Well, in Witch Queen we got replayability within missions, of course, and we got a weekly campaign mission that will be going for the next 8 weeks, just going over each of the missions. And you can go and do this mission as soon as you finish the Witch Queen campaign. As soon as you finish the Witch Queen campaign, you can have access to do this as soon as you hit, I believe, rank 13 with Finch. As soon as you get rank 13 with Finch, you will unlock higher difficulties with campaign missions, and those campaign missions will be very beneficial to getting these Ascendant Alloys. There is a 1520, a 1550, and a 1580 difficulty with these missions. However, I am told that these missions do actually have the same drop chance for each of them for Ascendant Alloys. I did one on 1550 and another one on 1520 to see the difference between if there's anything else for me or for my fire team, if anyone else got Ascendant Alloys, and I didn't really see any big difference, only that 1550 helped me getting my pinnacle drops, as you will need to get that for if you want to get for the pinnacle drop, you would have to get 100k, and I feel like 1550 and 1580 are the only difficulties that you can actually go for. But with 1520 is that it's actually, this mission, the Ghosts in the campaign, goes pretty quick, as I finished it around 15 and then a couple on actually 13 minutes in total. I don't remember finishing that on the last mission that we got, the first one last week, and I feel like this one is pretty quick, and it actually is not too bad to actually go and play through. I feel like that many Guardians should go and test and try this out, because there is actually a better way to get Ascendant Alloys from just completing this mission over and over and over again, as you will be able to get more Ascendant Alloys than any other way if you are just a Guardian coming in after you finish the Witch Queen campaign. After grinding at Finch, you're probably wondering, well, I want to get more Ascendant Alloys, and you can't get another one after the Cryptarch, as well as you only got one, and you can't go and do 1580 big Master Wellspring activities, as those are probably too hard for you at the moment. Doing the weekly campaign mission is definitely a great way to get Ascendant Alloys, and in my opinion one of the best ways, and probably one of the most efficient ways to get it, as it is, again, not a bad mission to go and do. The Ghosts is a pretty quick mission, as you only need to go down to the caverns and then go into a, of course, kind of fortress in a way, and go underneath and get Sagira's Ghost Shell. Of course, you will be faced with a Scorn boss at the very end. However, the Scorn boss is actually not that bad at all. If you have a team that's with you all the way, then you actually get it through pretty quickly. I found that the 1520 is a much easier difficulty, of course, and just in my opinion, doing it on 1520 as soon as you get your pinnacle, it's not that bad, as again, doing it on 1550 could maybe be a little bit difficult for your team if you have one person that hasn't done it totally, or just gets shot one hit all the time. However, it's just something to keep in mind as you go through this mission, and I feel like 1520 is just a much better, easier mission to go and do, as well as you're just playing a mission, a weekly campaign mission, and you know all the mechanics of the mission, so you can keep going forward and just go and blaze through all these enemies. And finishing this mission quicker gives you a much higher chance to keep getting Ascendant Alloys, as if you're going to farm this mission for Ascendant Alloys, it's going to help out because you will be getting it done very quickly. I would suggest getting a team, as you can still do this solo. However, 1520 does have matchmaking, so you will be made up with 2 other Guardians. But if you do it on 1550 or if you do it on 1580, you will need to find a team for that. I suggest, again, doing it on 1520, because that can give you still speed right through chance and give you a faster, efficient way to eventually get Ascendant Alloys. But again, you still could do it on a 1550 difficulty if you feel and if you want to get the pinnacle. And again, this mission is probably one of the fastest missions to go and do. I don't feel that the next couple of missions might not be the best, as the next one will be the communication and communication or something like that. The one on Europa, I believe, and then the next one will be after that will be another Scorn one or something like that. Please be sure to bring your mods because there will be unstoppable champions all along the way. I'd definitely suggest that you get unstoppable glaive, as that can really help out in the long run, and it will be really good as you will be using this for a lot of the unstoppable champions that you will find along the way. And I believe if you do it on the 1550, I believe there will be a lot of overload champions, because I think I saw tons of them that were just spraying me to death. So if you go and do 1550, be aware of the modifiers that you will have on higher difficulties, because as soon as you higher up on that difficulty, you will have more modifiers going all the way through to the end. I don't believe the boss fight is that bad at all. I feel like it's actually a pretty understandable and easy boss fight. You will be doing a simple mechanic as going into 3 rooms across the center of a big room. Big room, I should say. And that room, you would just go in and kill a target mini boss per se in those small mini rooms, and then you would kill the crystal and then eventually go to the boss phase. It's not again a bad place to look at, just grinding out kills for bounties as well if you want to get more XP. But definitely not a bad mission to go and do. There's a lot of scorn. Remember to put all your weapons that you want to have on, and I believe one of them, I think 1550, does have match game on. But yeah, just think of it as more, if you do the harder difficulties, as more of a stronger mission, maybe even a dungeon in a way, because they will have a lot of champions inside this, and they will have modifiers that could affect how you play, of course. I do suggest getting the glaive and getting a lot of the suppression mods with it. The suppression mod that it can increase its duration, and the suppression glaive. I do believe it's a bit overpowered, but it's definitely going to help you out if you want to just go and spray and kill these mini bosses, and then eventually go and suppress the boss. Definitely pretty useful in my opinion, and I feel like you guys should go and try it out. But definitely you have to upgrade the artifact first in order to get the mods for that. I feel like Void Supers are definitely a super that you guys should use, because Tether can really help out. Bubble can also help out with DPS, but the DPS that you see at the end is pretty actually efficient, and it's not too bad to go and do. And that's really all the supers that I can suggest, as well as just Nova Bomb. And you might not even need a whelp, to be honest with you. But if you want to, you can go and run one. You can definitely do this mission solo if you want to, but I can definitely expect it to be a little bit longer than you would think, of course, if again you are doing it solo. But in a way, it's still only 13 to 15 minutes long, which I feel like is definitely enough minutes to consider it as a farm, because if you were going to like 20 or 30 minutes, of course, that's a little bit too much. But again, 15 minutes, I feel like you guys could bang out throughout a couple hours, and you could get enough Ascendant Alloys. Of course, if you wanted, I'm again very different on what the percent chances are for Ascendant Alloys going and ranging throughout the difficulties, as I believe they are all the same chances. But if you really feel that 1550 might get you a better chance, you can go and do that. However, just be aware that the time might be a little bit more, or if your team is really that good and really like speed running the activity, you could get even a little bit less, and it would be even more efficient than a 1520. But that's just me. I feel like the 1520 could definitely be beneficial for all Guardians, as it can help out as soon as you finish the campaign and you finish grinding some of Finch up. You will be ready and you will be able to go and do the mission. However, if you're just a new person and you want to go and get Ascendant Alloys the best way possible, 1550s is definitely on the mark, and it will help you get your pinnacle if you want to get a pinnacle. But again, you won't need pinnacles if you're around 40 doing that, as what I was when I was doing the 1550 mission. Not a bad mission. Definitely recommend you guys go and test it out, check it out, and all that good stuff, because it will get you a lot of Ascendant Alloys in the long run if you farm out this mission. And I feel like it's definitely a good mission, again, to go and grind out. And hopefully you guys do get in more Ascendant Alloys from doing this type of mission, because, again, like I just said over and over again, sorry for my rumbling, but it is a very quick mission in my opinion, going only to 10 to 15 minutes to do, depending on how you do in the boss fight. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys did, then please subscribe and like, because it would mean a lot to the channel, and it means a lot to me, as we are getting a lot of support, and we're getting close to 7,000 subscribers. Thanks guys for all the support, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.